Hi guys, how are you doing? And welcome back to my channel. As usual, I'm always excited to have you here. So I wanted to quickly plug you guys with this website that is currently hiring Kenyans. So the project is by CrowdGen, that is CrowdGen by Appen. For those of you who know about Appen, and the project is called Project Tansy. So it says, let me zoom in for you. We are looking for Swahili native speakers currently residing in Kenya. Okay, so for this role, you will evaluate translated content by identifying and categorizing errors based on accuracy, grammar, and style. Like that is it. Okay. So for the accuracy, you're going to be looking for you're going to be looking for mistakes like mistranslations, omissions, and additions. And then for the grammar, you're going to be looking for spelling, punctuation, and language rules. And then for the style, you're going to be looking at tone. So once you are in this project, you're going to see the guidelines and they pretty much explain everything. Okay. So this project is paying around 2 point something dollars an hour, which is around maybe 300 Kenya shillings. And you can work as many hours as you want. So it's a nice and it's a good project to try. Again, it's called Project Tansy. So for those of you who are new here, Appen or CrowdGen is a website that is going to pay you to earn online, and it has projects that come in. So Appen projects come in anytime. Basically, you can just log in and find a project, log out and it gets lost, log in and find another one. So the best thing to do is actually have this Appen account so that you can just keep on signing in anytime. Okay, so this is it. So for those of you who don't have an Appen account, just sign in. Okay, sign in, and then you will be getting projects based on your profile or based on whether you match, whether you can work on those projects. So back to the project. So like I said, this project is called Project Tansy. I'm going to take you through it and make sure that you apply as soon as you see this, because you can see the email says that the spots are limited. That means they're going to close once they achieve the number they're looking for. So don't come for my neck when you see that the project is missing or it's not available for you. So once you're going to do some tests. I think I've taken some pictures here. You're going to do some tests, and the test is very easy. So first of all, you're going to do a language test, and then you're going to do a Kiswahili test. So for those of you who already have existing Appen accounts, you don't have to do the test if you already did them, maybe in another project like this one. So if you have already done that in the previous project, you're not going to be needed to do it. Okay, and then you're also going to need to upload your ID. Again, if you work for Appen and you have already uploaded your ID before, they're not going to need you to apply. So now you are going to do this test that is for the project itself. Okay, so for the English and Swahili test, those are just like overall basic questions, but for this one it is specific for this project. Okay, so for you to actually pass, you need to read the guidelines first. And for this one, for the Swahili and English, at least you have like 3 attempts before you fail, so for you to proceed. But for this one, you only have 1 attempt, so make sure that you pass, and you have to get at least 80%. If you do not pass, if you fail the first attempt, the project is going to disappear from your dashboard, and you're not going to see it, and you're not going to work on it. So make sure that you read the guidelines. And you can see here it says for the scoring, you're going to do 2 parts. So there's a true or false. You answer the question based on the given statement. So the true and false questions are pretty easy. You're going to pass. And then the multiple ones, they say you select one correct answer. Now this one can get tricky, but all you have to do is make sure that you read the guidelines. Also, you can use have an open book. So make sure that when you're reading the questions, the guidelines are open. So if you're not sure, you just have to go back to the guidelines and read again. Okay. So you're given between 15 to 30 minutes to do the assessment. So for you to actually get allowed to work on this project, you have to pass this one, and you can't waste your chance because you can see it says 1 attempt only. Okay, and then once you have done this, you're going to get this congratulations. Now this is after I have completed everything. Once you have completed the test, you have completed all the tests and all, you're going to get this, and that means you've already been onboarded to the project. You're also going to get such an email. It says you have been shortlisted to work in the Swahili Kenya at CrowdGen. Okay, so that is that. Okay, and then once you have that, you're going to be able to see that project in your dashboard. So this is my Appen dashboard. So I have like 4 projects on here, and I haven't like really applied on new one these past few weeks because my account was on hold for some reasons that I don't know. So I don't know why my account was on hold. So my account was there, but it was on hold in a way that I could not see projects. Okay, so you can see, because I qualified for the Tansy project, you can see it here. Okay, you can see it here, it is available for me to work on. That is why it says resume. And then if you have, like for Appen, you can, like CrowdGen, you can basically apply as many projects as you have, and then the projects are just going to show you there. So if you want to work on like this one, fireweed, so I'm just going to go to my project, and then you'll see the projects are available for me to work on. And there's that. So I have like 4 projects at the moment, and that's because I have not been applying, I think, for a month, so I could just be having more. So you can see the fireweed project here that I once qualified has a $2.64 per hour, and then now this is the new one here, the Tansy project, which is like $2.2 an hour. And I think for someone that does not have anything to do online, or you don't have much going on, this is definitely something that you can try, because $2.2 per hour, let's say it's around 250 or 270 Kenyan shillings. And for Appen, they allow you to do at least 2, 3, or 4 hours per day. So if you were to do even a minimum of 2 hours, that is 500 Kenyan shillings. If you do the 4 hours, you get 1,000 Kenyan shillings, which is okay for a day. So for the Whatcom project here, this is the UHRS for Appen. So for Appen, I keep calling it Appen because initially it was Appen. So for CrowdGen, it is the, if you're looking to do UHRS for CrowdGen, then it is Whatcom project. Now, sometimes these projects are available on your dashboards, like all you have to do. So what happens is, when a new project comes in, like I could log in another time and there's a project here, so you can see here, just above this, show projects from our partners. Like, it means if I want a project Appen to also like recommend projects from China, I just say yes. So that means if Appen China, Appen has another one called Appen China. If there are projects on Appen China, then it's going to show. But above this one, this is where the projects show up, and that is where you like apply to work for these projects. So I highly recommend, if you do not have if you do not have a CrowdGen account, it is good to have it. Sometimes they have projects that pay you like good money. Sometimes they have projects that pay even $16 an hour, even $15 an hour. All you have to do is pass their qualification tests. Okay, so that is like usually the minimum requirement. You pass that test and you're good to go. Sometimes they have very high paying, very good projects. So for this one, I just wanted to let you know about this Tansy. But for you to get access to it, you either have to have an active CrowdGen account, or you just sign up. Okay, and then for the payments method, they made it really easy because they have an M-Pesa option. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the payment methods that they have. So for this one, you don't have to have a PayPal. It's not complicated. You don't need a Pioneer for you to work on these projects. You just need to have like, they have an M-Pesa option. So you can see here, it has M-Pesa, it has local bank, it has Pioneer, and it has PayPal. So, but for us in Kenya, especially if you want to work for this project, I would suggest to go for M-Pesa. But if you have a PayPal account, well and good. Okay, so that is that. Make sure that you apply, see whether you're successful in working on this project. I think it's something that you can do on your free time, or if you're a student, or you just are looking for something additional to do online. So that is it for today's video. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.